Politics has erupted over the court's order on the Gyanvapi case. Owaisi has reacted strongly, expressing disappointment over the transfer of the case to the Varanasi district judge. He's spoken about the Places of Worship Act 1991, saying the act was made to prevent future controversies. He's also recalled Supreme Court statement during the Ram Mandir hearing in 2019, saying the apex court had said the act is a part of the constitution's basic structure, so it must walk the talk. He accused the Varanasi district magistrate of supporting the Hindu side. The BJP said this is political agenda. Now, while transferring the case to the Varanasi district judge, the Supreme Court had said the court's 17th of May order directing the protection of the claimed shivling will continue.
It is very, very unfortunate that the local district magistrate is completely collaborating with the petitioners. If the Supreme Court have said allow the religious observance, and religious observance includes doing ablution and wuzu. So today's order also the Supreme Court have said that wuzu should be allowed, and I hope that Muslims will be allowed to do wuzu.
असुद्दीन ओवैसी एक तो औरंगजेब की भाषा बोल रहे हैं, असुद्दीन ओवैसी जिन्ना की भाषा बोल रहे हैं और बार बार वो कभी कहते हैं कि हम एक मस्जिद को शहीद हो लिए दोबारा नहीं होने देंगे। तो हम उनसे कहना चाहते हैं हमने कई मंदिर औरंगजेब से तोड़वा लिए, अब उससे न्याय की लड़ाई ये हो रही है और जो ये देश बनाम विदेशी आक्रांताओं से की विचारधारा की लड़ाई चल रही है उसमें अगुवाई औरंगजेब की तरफ से हमें लगता है यही कर रहा है। औरंगजेब तो है नहीं।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में इतना विवेक है कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट की एक जिम्मेदारी है, उसकी एक सीमा है, उसका एक अधिकार क्षेत्र है, वो काम करना चाहिए। और जब सब जगह से कहीं कोई नहीं बचता है तो अंतिम रास्ता सुप्रीम कोर्ट है। शुरू में ही सुप्रीम कोर्ट ले जाना सबसे बड़ी बेवकूफ़ी थी और ये जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने निर्णय दिया है तो बहुत ही अच्छा दिया है और अब एक आशा जग गई है कि यहाँ लोअर कोर्ट से बहुत कुछ इस विषय में निर्णय किया जा सकेगा।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला बड़ा तर्कसंगत है और अच्छा है और हिंदुस्तान का मुसलमान सुप्रीम कोर्ट संविधान दोनों को मानता है और उनकी कदर करता है, इज्जत करता है। देश हमारे लिए सर्वोपरि है। हमने बाबरी मस्जिद का वो फैसला भी माना, हालांकि हमारी आस्था के खिलाफ था, आस्था के विरुद्ध था और आज भी विरुद्ध है, लेकिन हमने उस फैसले को माना। इसलिए माना कि देश बना रहे, ये देश एकजुट रहे।
Associate Professor of DU's Hindu College has been arrested for his objectionable remarks on shivling found inside Varanasi's Gyanvapi Mosque complex. An FIR was lodged against Professor Ratan Lal by a Delhi-based lawyer. The complainant, advocate Vineet Jindal, said that Lal had shared a derogatory, inciting and provocative tweet which was instigating and provoking. Lal has been arrested for promoting enmity between different groups on grounds of race, religion, residence, language. The Supreme Court transferred the Gyanvapi case to Varanasi district judge. While its order on protection of the shivling and safeguarding right to namaz will continue for another 8 weeks. The biggest issue, that of whether the case is maintainable at all, will now be decided on priority. What will be the implications? India Today's legal team decodes.
The Supreme Court of India has transferred the civil suit over Gyanvapi Mosque to the District Court in Varanasi. A 3-judge Supreme Court bench on Friday passed an order in a petition filed by the Anjuman Intizamiya Masjid Committee. The civil suit over Gyanvapi, which was being heard by a civil judge, senior division, will now be heard by the District Judge Varanasi. In some respite for the Mosque Committee, the maintainability of the case filed by the Hindu petitioners will be heard on priority. The Supreme Court has also ordered the district magistrate to ensure arrangements for namaz and wuzu. The court's May 17th order directing the protection of the claimed shivling will continue till the district judge gives a verdict, and further 8 weeks to give time to parties to file appeal.
माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय को लगा कि ये मामला इतना सेंसिटिव है और कॉम्प्लेक्स है इसको ध्यान में रखते हुए उन्होंने डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज से सुनवाई का आग्रह किया है और उनको निर्देशित भी किया है कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज इसकी सुनवाई करे, ताकि एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड ऑफिसर और जितने भी रिपोर्ट्स और जितने भी एप्लीकेशन है सबों की सुनवाई माननीय डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज करेंगे।
The Mosque Committee has challenged the admission of Hindu petition by the local court, its order of videography and its orders to protect the pond at the mosque site. The Mosque Committee argues the local court's ruling violates the Places of Worship Act 1991, which ensures the religious character of a place of worship as it stood on August 15, 1947. During the hearing, the Supreme Court asked whether the Places of Worship Act bars determining the religious character of a site. The question will now be touched upon by the District Court when it decides on the maintainability of the petition by Hindus. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now shifts to the District Court in Varanasi, which is expected to take up these matters very shortly. The Supreme Court will, however, continue hearing on the Muslim side's petition regarding their right to worship and the Places of Worship Act now in the second week of July. In New Delhi, with cameraman Ashwini Helan, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.
Shifting focus now, poll strategist Prashant Kishore has made yet another stinging criticism about the poll prospects of the Congress. He's taken a jab at the three-day Chintan Shivir in Udaipur, saying that the session was a failure. It achieved nothing meaningful but just prolonged the status quo. He's also, remember, said that the Congress would face a drubbing in the upcoming assembly elections in Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh. Remember, Prashant Kishore had been hobnobbing, was in fact slated to join the Congress party but did not do it. Remember, this comes at a time when several senior Congress leaders have actually come forward saying that the brainstorming session, the Chintan Shivir of the Congress, was a grand success.
Prashant Kishore should know that grapes are sour. So he should be careful about opening his mouth.
Politics has exploded days after reports emerge about China building a second bridge across Pangong Tso. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi is up in arms. He's taken a dig at the BJP, saying India's national security and territorial integrity are non-negotiable. A timid and docile response won't do. Prime Minister must defend the nation, is what Gandhi said. This comes after the Ministry of External Affairs earlier said India is monitoring the situation, responding to reports of China constructing a second bridge on the Pangong Lake. MEA said both these bridges are in areas under illegal occupation of China since 1960. Amid the lingering standoff between Indian and Chinese militaries, the construction of the second bridge has put the center, in fact, under spotlight once again. From the Punjab Congress chief to a Kaidi in Patiala jail, it's been a year of downfall for cricketer turned politician Navjot Singh Sidhu. The Congress leader spent a night in jail after the Supreme Court imposed 1-year jail term in the 1988 road rage case. On Friday, Sidhu had sought more time to surrender, saying that he's not keeping well. The plea, however, was turned down by court. The Congress leader had complained of having chest pain during the medical checkup. After his surrender as well, however, he was sent to jail. He's been given prisoner number 241383 in Patiala jail. The road rage case haunting Sidhu dates back to 1988. He got into an argument with a Patiala resident over a parking spot. Sidhu allegedly dragged him out of the car and hit him. The man later died.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उसको दोबारा उसकी हियरिंग की और वो इस नतीजे पर पहुंची कि जो उस समय जो घटना घटी थी उसके लिए उनको दोषी पाया और उसके लिए उनको सज़ा दिया है। तो ये तो अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला है, निर्णय है, जो कानूनी प्रावधान है उसको सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इस्तेमाल किया है।
देश का कानून जो अपना काम कर रहा है, कानून के मुताबिक फैसला हुआ है और लोगों का कानून के ऊपर, कोर्टों पे ऊपर और भरोसा बढ़ा है कि कोई भी आदमी कानून से बड़ा नहीं होता, सब कानून के अंदर ही आते हैं। सो कानून के मुताबिक फैसला हुआ है, पर लेकिन इसको देर लगी।
Well, after spending 6.5 years in Mumbai's Baikula jail, former TV tycoon Indrani drives out in a Mercedes while laughing and waving her hands. Indrani ditched her grey hair look and donned a completely new look and returned to a sprawling flat, Marlow in posh South Mumbai. Indrani is accused of killing her 24-year-old daughter, Sheena Bora, in 2012.
Smiling, waving hands, hugging loved ones. After spending 6.5 years in jail, former TV tycoon and murder-accused Indrani Mukherjee walked out of the Baikula jail on Friday. Out on bail, the 50-year-old accused of killing her daughter Sheena Bora preached forgiveness.
Do you blame anyone for this particular incident?
It's all, you know, it's all forgotten.
6.5 years of yours lost.
Empathy and forgiveness. I've forgiven all the people who have hurt me, that's all.
After a long prison life, Indrani is now expected to stay at her sprawling flat Marlow in posh South Mumbai.
Today I just want to look at the sky at night. I haven't seen the night sky for the last 6.5 years.
Indrani says she's writing a book.
Not a memoir, I'm writing something.
A book?
Yeah.
Something is cooking?
Yes.
What is it about?
नहीं, जेल के बारे में कुछ नहीं लिख रही हूँ मैं अभी फिलहाल. I think I have seen, you know, life from a different lens now, because, you know, I've met people from all walks of life, and it's a journey. Like I said, it's been a journey, and of course I've learned to be more patient. You have to be patient and more empathy.
The Sheena Bora murder case had hit global headlines in 2012. Indrani had allegedly kept the real identity of her daughter Sheena from everyone, including her husband at the time, Peter Mukherjee. She had allegedly introduced Sheena as her sister to all. Indrani is accused of taking the help of her driver Shamvar Rai and her former husband Sanjeev Khanna in executing the gruesome murder that shocked an entire nation. Sheena's body was allegedly burned to ashes in a forest. Since the arrest, Indrani has separated from Peter Mukherjee, who is also a co-accused in the case. In March 2022, Indrani had written a letter to CBI director stating that Sheena Bora is alive.
I cannot talk about the case right now. The matter is sub judice. Any questions regarding the case, you can speak to Sana. अभी मैं वो केस के बारे में कोई बात नहीं कर सकती. जो कुछ भी आपको पूछना है इनसे पूछो.
Indrani has now come out of jail after securing bail from the Supreme Court on Wednesday. She's not allowed to leave India without the court's permission. Indrani has also had to surrender her passport before a special court. She's barred from contacting any of the witnesses in the case. Indrani also has to attend the trial regularly without seeking adjournments.
It was from right here that Indrani was arrested on 25th August 2015. Now, after 7 years and spending these many years in the prison, Indrani is finally back here at home. Now she's really hoping that this entire trial against her will speed up, which has been moving at a snail's pace, and will come to its logical conclusion soon. With cameraman Sahil Chauhan in Mumbai, Vidya for India Today.
Shocking and gruesome murder caught on camera in broad daylight in Chennai. A group of bike-bound gangsters armed with weapons attacked a man on the streets of Chennai. The gang lunged at the victim with their weapon. Passive bystanders moved about with no intent to call for help. Fleeing on the bikes, the victim can be seen lying lifeless on the road. The victim was rushed to the hospital but succumbed to his injuries. Police officials have revealed there are several cases filed against the victim as well, including murder, sexual assault and harassment. A case of murder has been filed against the perpetrators as well. Hunt for the suspects is on. Akshay Nath is getting us more details on that story, joining us right now from Chennai. Akshay, what is the latest as far as the investigations are concerned? The police also seems to be suggesting that the victim here was a history sheeter himself.
Sneha, the incident happened on Wednesday in broad daylight in Chennai's Amanjikare, a very important locality in the heart of Chennai city. And what we were told is that this man was traveling in a bike with another employee of his. The victim is a financier, and it was seen that he was stopped midway, and he was taken out of the bike, and then immediately people started hacking him, and this was caught on camera. CCTV visuals of the incident were also taken from the nearby areas, and what we can understand is, Sneha, that this man Arumugam has multiple cases filed against him, to be precise 6 of them, and it's being told that it could be one of these cases a vendetta related issue that has led to this kind of hacking of this man in broad daylight in Chennai city. And as far as the investigation is concerned, 2 people had surrendered yesterday before the court, and they have been transferred to the Cuddalore prison, and it's being told that investigation is still underway for 2 others who are also involved. And it's very, very shocking, Sneha, because this incident happened in Chennai city, which is the capital of Tamil Nadu, and once again the chorus about the law and order situation in the state is erupted again, with concerns about how the state police officials are functioning, because broad daylight in heart of Chennai city, a man being stopped mid traffic and being hacked, that is something that cannot be accepted, is what most people here are saying. Even though the man was rushed immediately to the hospital, he succumbed because of his injuries. So such an unfortunate incident, but the real motive behind the entire incident is still uncertain, and police officials are investigating on that, Sneha.
Akshay, thanks for getting us all of those updates. Akshay getting us those details about this gruesome incident that you see on your screens right now, caught on camera. We are shifting focus now to another horrific accident that has been caught on camera, and this is from Bengaluru, where a speeding car rammed into pedestrians, killing 1 and injuring 3 others grievously. In just few seconds, a speeding car rams into them. All of this caught on camera, as you can see. 4 were sent flying into the air. 1 victim has succumbed to the injuries. The other 3 are grievously injured. Politics has erupted over the anti-conversion law in Karnataka. Sri Ram Sena Chief Pramod Muthalik has demanded action against illegal churches, saying he has documents of over 500 of them in Karnataka alone, and that the government must take action against them. The Archbishop of Bengaluru is extremely upset about what has been said by Pramod Muthalik, saying that Christians are being targeted. They are not traitors, is what the Archbishop essentially has said. We teach the Constitution in our schools and uphold values, quote unquote. The anti-conversion bill is also something the Archbishop is not happy about, the manner in which it was promulgated through an ordinance, saying that it appears as though Christians are being deliberately targeted in the state.
Illegal. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಕಾನೂನು ಬಾಹಿರವಾದಂತಹ ಚರ್ಚ್ಗಳು, ಮನೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಮುದಾಯ ಭವನ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಮಂಟಪ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹೀಗೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಚರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಹದ್ದು ಬಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿಡಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಏನೇನು ಚರ್ಚ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಚರ್ಚ್ಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆಗೇನೆ 500ಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ದಾಖಲೆಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗಲ್ ಚರ್ಚ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಒಪ್ಪಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಕಾಯ್ದೆಯನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಕೂಡ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ್ದೇ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೆ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಸಂಘರ್ಷ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಆಗಬಾರದು ಅಂತನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವರನ್ನು ಈ ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಹದ್ದು ಬಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಾನು ಆಗ್ರಹವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Due hurry in which it was done was not very healthy, because as far as I know, within 2 months the government would have had the required numbers, and if they had passed it, I think I wouldn't be able to say much about it. The the legal process has been followed, but then to do it overnight with the help of the ordinance suspects that the Christians are very dangerous people. The Christians are people who have to be avoided and watched, and they have to be quickly justice should be done, and they should be handled in this way. That's a little sad thing for me.
World boxing champion Nikita Zareen has become the talk of the town. She is receiving messages of goodwill and ovation from every nook and cranny. Elated Zareen has a fangirl moment recently when star Salman Khan wished her for winning a gold for the country. He congratulated her and asked her to continue doing the great work like his hero Sylvester Stallone. Now reacting to it, Nikita said, and I quote, "Being a die-hard fangirl, it's one of my favorite dreams that has come true. I could never believe that Salman Khan would tweet for me. I'm so much humbled. Thank you so much for making my win more special. I'll savor this moment forever in my heart." Unquote. Well, Salman Khan isn't the only big name to express his admiration for the boxer after her momentous victory in Istanbul. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi himself commended Zareen's accomplishment on the world stage.